Paolo Veneziano and his son Giovanni painted the Coronation of the Virgin some 600 years ago, in the middle of the 14th century. Yet the blue of the Virgin Mary's and Christ's robes remains deep and rich to this day. In a previous episode, we looked at the gold in Italian paintings like this. It may be hard to believe, but the blue pigment the artist used here could be just as costly, if not more. This is ultramarine, the most expensive pigment in the world. Where did this blue come from, and what made it as precious as gold? The Frick's temporary move to Frick Madison has prompted new ways of looking at our collection. One thing that's become clearer is that although the Frick's art is predominantly European, the world beyond Europe is intrinsically linked to the history of these objects. We're exploring some of these stories. I'm Aimee Ng, curator at the Frick Collection in New York, and this is Where in the World? In this episode, I'm joined by my colleague, Xavier Salomon, Deputy Director and Chief Curator at the Frick.
The blue in Paolo Veneziano's painting is known as ultramarine, meaning beyond the sea, a name that hints at its faraway origins. The pigment is derived from a semi-precious stone called lapis lazuli, which has been used for thousands of years as a luxury material to decorate jewelry, furnishings, and other items. Lapis lazuli is found almost exclusively in the harsh mountainous terrain of Badakhshan, a region in modern-day Afghanistan. When Paolo Veneziano was painting in Venice in the middle of the 14th century, lapis lazuli was transported primarily from Badakhshan to Constantinople and then by ship to Venice, probably why it became known as coming from beyond the sea. Creating pigment from stone was no easy task. The stone is cherished most for its vibrant blue color, meaning the silver or gold veins running through it are considered impurities. What gives the stone its blue color is a mineral called lazurite, which has to be extracted through a laborious process of grinding, mixing, and kneading over many days. The artist used ultramarine to paint the robes of the Virgin Mary and Christ, signaling their importance in the Christian faith, which was conventional throughout the early modern period. Later, in the 17th century, Johannes Vermeer introduced ultramarine into his paintings, in places one might not expect, mixed into the white of a wall or a woman's headdress, the blue adding a touch of cool daylight to these radiant areas.
The wonders of ultramarine on panels and canvases like these seem worlds away from the pigment's distant and painstaking origins. But looking at this painting with its materials in mind connects it directly with a much wider world. Cloaks depicted by an Italian painter linked to the mountains of Afghanistan, bringing to light all the people along the way who made it possible. The stories we've explored in this series have enriched our understanding of the works of art in the Frick's collection in meaningful ways. Thank you for exploring these new horizons with us. We hope you've enjoyed the journey.